Have you ever seen a drawing of buildings going off into the distance or a hallway receding really far down and you're like, how the heck did they get that distance so realistic on this flat piece of paper? My little hands can't do that. Well, today we're going to upgrade your baby arms because we're talking 1-point perspective. So the first thing you're going to need when you're starting a perspective drawing of any kind is going to be your horizon line. If you don't know where the horizon line naturally occurs, it's where the earth kind of ends and the sky begins. So it's where the earth kind of starts to wrap around, or if you're a flat earther, I suppose it's where the earth just disappears, I don't know. And just to be clear, yes, the horizon line does occur in any other type of picture. And next up we have the vanishing point, which is where all of our lines that are going off into a distance are going to converge and vanish. After finding the horizon and the vanishing point, you're going to want to create a grid of a bunch of different lines going through the vanishing point. So you're going to kind of create a bunch of X's that merge through. This isn't a necessary step, but it's going to make the next process a hell of a lot easier. So I do suggest it. Just draw really light or make it the opacity low if you're going digital. So one thing to remember is that perspective is just the illusion of depth. So let's talk about a couple tricks that we can keep in mind to make perspective a little bit easier every time we go about it. It's important to know where you are looking at an object when you're looking at it when it's above the horizon line or when it's below the horizon line. Now, when it's above, you are seeing underneath it. We are under that object, right? And then vice versa, when it is under the horizon line, you're looking directly on top of it, so you'll see some of that top surface. This might go without saying, but perspective is not just for boxes and cubes and stuff. It's also for any object that's really disappearing off into the distance. So what about horizon line placement? When I think about horizon lines, I think about I'm taking a picture, right? So if you're standing straight up and down, just your regular height and you're taking a picture, you're gonna have about that midline horizon line. Now, if you lower the horizon line down, this is as if you got on the ground, right? The lower you go, the lower the horizon line goes. Now, if you raise the horizon line, it kind of shows as if, you just went higher too. So you could be flying or you could be up on a hill or whatever the scenario is. Another thing you have in perspective is what's called true shapes. Now, true shapes are essentially anything that's facing you. So these are the shapes that are going up and down, vertical or left to right, horizontal. All right, now that we have everything set up, it's time to create our illusion. So really you can take this and do whatever you want with it. Here I'm doing kind of like a cityscape thing, but you could also do a hallway, bedroom, house, bathroom. I mean, anything you can think of as long as something's going off into the distance. So you just have to remember that anything moving away from you is going to that vanishing point, and everything in front of you is just straight up and down or left and right lines. Let me know what quick tip videos you guys want to see in the future, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.